What's up, YouTube? Alright, today I got a nice little pickup. I actually got this one off of Craigslist from a new buddy of mine that we're going to be doing some D&D campaigns together. This is the Castle Ravenloft board game. I actually purchased the other two sets of these and a few of the Dungeon Command sets that coincide with these, so we can all take a look at what it's like with the real huge board when we put it all together. Let's go ahead and get open into this thing, because I don't know, I've been working all day, but it is really cool. I looked in there a little bit earlier today just to check out all the miniatures. The sculpts on this thing are a lot better. Of course, I've watched YouTube videos on this as well. A lot of unboxings on these, because I actually have almost all the 4th edition stuff, but never had any of the board games. And it was, I was like, I don't know if I want this or not, but I do. The sculpts are amazing on these. They're not painted, but the detail that they put into these it's just nice. Let's take a look at this. I have a little easy open for us this time. When you open it, and I adjusted a little bit of this around, you get the rule book. It's pretty, it's a good, 14 pages. Little FAQ on the back. You got your adventure books. On these, just nice. It tells you how to set up some dungeon tiles and get going. Buy more D&D stuff. I actually opened up all these tiles. When I first opened up the box, I was like, crap, only four boards of tiles. That's no way that's right. But then you go underneath, there's a whole extra pack, and there's tons of them. What I thought was interesting when I went through the tiles too, let's see if I can focus in on this. You have all your monster cards here, and then you have all your different game pieces here. The cool ones that I thought was these two-sided tiles right here. See? You have one for the dragon with all the stats and all that on there. And flip it over. Then you have one for the vampire you want to kill. They do this with the other major monsters in there. And then you have a character card. On your character card on each side you have a level. You have level 1, you start there, boost up your level, flip your card over, and then you have all those. And there's one for each of these, and the art is amazing, as always. Real reminiscent of the Magic the Gathering sets that come out of the Wizards of the Coast. So, they know how to step the game up and package it properly now, I'll say that. I'm not going to make you look at all these tiles, but you have several tiles in actually one box to create huge maps. So when we get all 3 game boards together, mixed in with the Dungeon Command, we should be able to have some fun. Of course, you have all your cards. And the nice thing about these boxes, they're not the best, but they're getting smarter about organization. You get a little spot for each of your decks of cards. I'm going to open these. They're just gameplay cards. The dice. I want to have to say this one thing about sets. Y'all have to step up your game on the dice. On this guy, I know it's such a small complaint, but to me it's the little things, which on camera right now it's going to look okay, but you could tell on the right there, see that little spot? That's from where it banged around in the bag against the dragon, and some of that chipped off, and then it also made some other spots fade out. You can't really tell on camera. It looks perfect, of course, on camera, but there are some issues with the dice. I wish they would just keep them in a separate little baggie, but overall, still better than Pathfinder dice or any Mage Knight dice I've ever seen. Let's go ahead and start off with the big guy. This dude right here. Let's get this guy in. I mean, the time they took on these, and it's hollow too. That's the cool thing about it. It's hollow on the inside. The time they took on these, it's just great. And of course, the names on all the bottom ones. For a board game miniature, this dude is huge. So I thought that was especially fun. Here are your heroes. Let's see here. Here we go. Several different ones. That's the wizard. Yep. Ah, yeah. You always bring in the Dragonborns now. That's the necessity for 4th edition. I really could do without the race, but you know, it's whatever. The Human Ranger with the double swords. Oh, that's too dark. Let's try something else here. Okay, here, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Sorry, guys. Damn you, Galaxy Note. You failed me. Yeah, that's better. In there. You know, all the sculpts on these are really good. For like I said, board game miniatures. We'll go into this other one, because this is my second favorite right here. You got this little one. The zombie dragon. Not lying to anybody. That's exactly what that is. It's a zombie. But throw it in the box and act like it doesn't mean anything. It is a zombie dragon. Sweet. The flesh golem. Somebody's gonna be like, that's not how you pronounce it. Been working all night. Sorry, guys. But look, you can see all the detail right here. I mean, the molds on these are wonderful, and they're taken from the minis molds. One thing I do like about this, they know it's flimsy. They put these little protectors on there. I almost want to play it with this on there, because I'm real crazy about keeping everything, you know, in its own place. So I would set it on the board like that. Probably not, because people would pick on me. But in my heart, that's what I want to do. So nobody ever messes up my stuff. And let's see, where's one of the gargoyles? There we go. I don't know, I'm a fan of winged beasts and devils. So it makes me happy. Another zombie. Little zombie right there. Go along with the zombie dragon. And there's 3 of each of the smaller ones on here. Just like with this. Now let's go over to these. Oh, I forgot about these. This your main guy right here. The vampire. Sorry for all the darkness. Sorry, excuse me. Getting over a cold. Howling Hag right here. But I was more than happy with this set. A lot of people complain about the gameplay in this one, actually. A lot of people complain about the gameplay, I guess, because the tiles. You know, they felt like everything was a little closed in and it wasn't as open. And they kind of did, you know, corrections like that. But now I kind of, you know, when you own all 3 sets, each set has its purpose. And you see that now. That's still not in focus. Let's find that sweet spot. There we go. Alright. And I actually haven't gotten a chance to play this. I just bought this. So I don't know what every single one of these are. And some people might get mad at that. The little blazing skeleton. I don't know if I could pick this up on here. But these guys were impressive. Because as you can tell, even with all the blurriness, there's a ton going on there. But I don't know if you can see it. You can barely see it. That is the skeleton in a big blue coat of flame. this is Wrath. I love that they started doing the clear plastic molds like that. I think they give a nice color, and I like it when they do it with the painted miniatures as well. I think it adds an extra texture. I'm gonna go through all these. A lot of basic creatures in this one. I'm gonna try to cut this short. I've been working all night, but you know, you got your little rat infestation that I can't get into focus. There we go. There's a bunch of little rats. You're stuck in a little hallway and you get swarmed. It's gonna be awesome. But overall, man, you know, you look at this and you know, if you're questioning it, and maybe you don't play D&D, you love board games, because there's a lot of that going on right now, and I tend to flow with that too, actually. You know, I mean, I play D&D, and I like Pathfinder and Warhammer. I've said it many times before in my other videos. But if you like fantasy and board games, you cannot go wrong with these sets. I mean, they are well worth the money. You know, you get a ton. Like I said, we'll go here. I'll take this out. We'll look at the back. So I wanted to show the back cover too. I mean, look at this. You get 41 of the dungeon tiles, 42 plastic heroes and monsters, and you can read the rest. You get all the, you know, the hero and villain tiles, and I think those are nice because they could have just did it on cards. They could have just gave you a card for your hero and a monster, but I think that having that extra thick sturdiness, I think that helps out a lot. I think that'll keep it nice for a long time. The only downside is there's no sleeve for that, unless, you know, somebody knows something I don't. If so, please share in comments, because I'm always looking for cool things to keep things organized. And, you know, and if anybody has organization suggestions for the box sets like these, you know, I tend to put them all back in their plastic bags and try to put everything back in its place, but I can see with these games where that's not going to work forever. And I would not, you know, with other miniature sets, I typically like to do the case settings, you know, kind of like how with Warhammer. But with this setting right here, you know, I typically really would just want to keep everything together, and all of them together, because I wouldn't want any of this mixed up. But, you know, I'll figure it out, and I'll let you know as soon as I figure it out, because I do intend on keep posting these. I have a few things I'm getting in the mail and I'm excited for. We have the Eldritch Horror pre-order. Everybody else on the internet already has it, but I don't know anybody at Fantasy Flight, and I haven't been doing this long enough for anybody to care enough to send me a copy. So, I got it on pre-order, and I'm excited. I'm very excited for that game. You know, there's a couple other things. We'll see. I'll do an unboxing when I get the whole box in, and we'll just go from there and then go through all the other unboxings, and we'll try to get some gameplay videos in too, because I really like to do a gameplay video of these with the other two sets, and I have 3 of the Dungeon Command sets on order, so I would really like to sink my teeth into that and see what we can do, which a lot of the stuff from the Dungeon Command sets, you know, whereas you know, you get this guy and he's full, kind of more painted. It's a white skeleton dragon, so you can only do so much with it. But man, that's impressive. Quite impressive. I don't know. I like it when you look into his rib cage down there. Man, that's worth $50 right there. Maybe not. But yeah. Tell me what you think, guys. Well, I guess I'll be signing off here. I'm going to head to bed after I put all of this back up. Next one I do have for my review I will probably be doing the Dragon Age role-playing review. I've been going through the books. There's a couple interesting things that I picked up out of the books that I think are different than other systems. It's definitely a lot more built around, you know, the system's more built around the modules. You know, you sit down and you go through the modules, and, you know, you don't have to do a lot of prep. I kind of like that in some ways, you know. I mean, as much as I enjoy having my own campaign that I ride out and do all the maps for and all that, sometimes it's for, you know, you just want to play a game. And, you know, honestly, you know, people kind of get down on it, but, you know, if there's a system out there and it works and it's nice, use it. But before you know, I don't want to go in a long spiel with that before I even get into the review. So we'll do an unboxing on that, and we'll talk about that setup. And can somebody get a DM screen for Dragon Age that's not $500? That's ridiculous how much they want things for Amazon for if they're out of stock and there's only one left. I think that's horrible. They should be doing another pressing of those because they flew off the shelves. So obviously they made their money. They need to provide us with more. There's also, if you check out Fantasy Flight's site, they're actually doing a lot more pressings of other things that went out, including the Game of Thrones. I did pick up one of those off of Amazon, and I would go through a review of that. So that's what I have coming up for y'all. And until then, game on. Night, guys.